Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back. This is Gnomes and starting a new week. I hope everyone's doing fine and I'm returning to some main rigging thing because now I'm like nearly completing a cycle regarding rigging this character. I've explored one of the last remaining techniques that I was willing to investigate regarding in this case, yes, again, corrective armature deform methods, but this one it is called fan bones, perhaps fanny bones. It's a very old technique, and actually there is, hold on, there is something that I found this topic here, and as we can see here, this is the idea. Of course the fan, because it looks like a fan, I'm not sure if as a fan as a ventilator. The original documentation that I've seen, I was fortunate to find it. I don't know if it should be allowed, but to be online. But anyways, it is many people learned from that thing in some way, like some 2004, 2005, and so here are Blender riggers discussing and experimenting with the idea in Blender, like 2000. What was Blender in 2007, right? Well, yes, it was Blender, always Blender, right? Open source and whatever, but a great community already growing, but not nearly close, technically speaking, right, to what Blender is today, right? And we are nearly reaching Blender 3.4. That's it, right, folks? No, sorry, not 4.0 LTS, right? And so here's the idea. What we have here, I don't know why the bones are inverted here, but maybe it's another chain. What is that? Is that we have a rotation here. The bone derotates. This is a helper bone. It's a fan bone, so this idea of a fan that opens up and closes up. But there's also the idea of the ventilator, because depending of, I don't have an example here, but you have like a star asterisk shape. If we see from the frontal or whatever view here, you see at the joint, so this also looks like a fan, the ventilator with the blades, but it's not exactly the idea of the fan like the Chinese, Japanese fan, whatever, that opens up like a leaf or whatever. Yeah, fan. So what we have is that this bone rotates. I would have it here instead, but imagine if this bone here, the thigh, imagine the thigh was the shin, so if the thigh rotates like that, the shin bone would follow, but not at 100%. It will be like slightly less. So that's slightly less because it will be a deformed bone, just as the limb bone there. It will be like a derotation. So it has a ratio on the waves, and it will derotate, and it will cause okay, here let's get a better example, but this for this joint here, the shin, so it will help. Yeah, in this case it is clear as the shin bone rotates inwards. We have a bending of the leg on the joint, from the joint, and then the shin bone doesn't rotate as much. The amount of derotation, and this kind of counteracts the whole idea of that is that it will counteract the artifacts generated by excessive rotations on the conventional skinning algorithms, such as linear blend skinning or dual quaternion skinning. They will have artifacts developing in generating in this but because the rotation is exactly the same orientation and the waves, and they have the same starting position, although the starting position doesn't matter as much, I think, but yeah, it helps creating regularity. This means that we'll have a derotation of the mesh from the deformed bone, the helper deformed bone, and these will neutralize the artifacts generated. Not totally, but in a great deal. So there's a big topic here, there's more discussions I have posted here. Yeah, there's another topic here, I posted this other topic, and here we have some other discussion here. Someone is looking for this idea, then I've yeah, so I just received the light. Okay, so anyways, so here I'm experimenting to replicate. I was already partially successful. I mean, I was successful, right? So this is a fan bone, or a fanny bone, but fanny is a strange word maybe. So fan bone. So as this will be the rest, of course this is not the rest pose, like a T pose, and then we have this derotation. You see, it's very, very slight at this point when the leg is bending like nearly 180% degrees, sorry, 180 degrees. The fan bone, the helper bones, derotates at, like, let's say negative 30 degrees in relation to that. Yeah, will be something like that, a 30 degrees angle here. And yeah, we achieved this. In this case, it was, you see, the start, it is parented to the thigh bone, which has the main wave paint for the mesh, the thigh. So this is the thigh vertex group, and this is the helper bone, the fan bone. So you see, it's slightly to moderate waves, not a lot though. I think the amount of angle in part relates to the, should relate in is relative to the amount of waves, right? The more waves we have on the helper bone, that takes ratio from change the ratio, right? Takes wave from the thigh bone. The more these have waves, stronger, heavier waves on the helper bone, the less it shall derotate. Since this is actually not so light waves, so light waves, sorry, for the helper bones, it cannot derotate a lot. So it could be, if the waves were much lesser, then the derotation could be a lot more. So this is up to the rigger, I think, but we must be attention to the fact that this cannot be totally arbitrary, because if the derotation starts to reach something huge like negative 90 degrees angle, that it will probably be generating the artifacts, but on the inverse condition, in the inverted direction, right? So this is not good, right? I think it is very risky. So if I try to derotate this a lot, yeah, eventually, yeah, I'm dual quaternion skinning, that's why this is happening. So, but yeah, we probably don't want too much high derotation, so just slight, like somewhere between 0, yeah, let's say somewhere between 1 degree and 40 degrees angle, 45 degrees, yeah, anything that is probably good. I'd say around 15, 13 degrees, but I think it will depend on the waves ratios on the joint. And we see that the helper bones have waves, especially on the joint region. It is arguably if it should extend the waves to the buttocks, my idea originally was to have this for the joint region indistinctively of the joint bending, but I think this is not too analytical, it's very risky. But if I don't have that, I will have to create at least two additional helper bones for the joint, and the problem that all of them will be carrying waves, so they are be changing the ratios, and so this is gonna get complicated unless I use the a technique that I've learned, dynamic wave paint, where we can use the same helper bone to change the vertex group, right? The current vertex group condition, so it will adapt to the bending of the type. So maybe I could use that so I can simplify the rig in. The problem is that this is object modifier and it's not that versatile for exporting projects, because it will be applied, so no more, so this is complicated, but for this project that's okay. I can't rely on this technique, as I'm relying already anyways on many other techniques that are only good in Blender. I'm on dual quaternion skinning already, and so this means that preserve volume on, so this is not readily exportable. Not all, like say, game engines have this, but even if we bake, so the deformed bones will be running this skinning algorithm. So usually by default is linear blend skinning, so this is a limitation in terms of versatility of the rig. I can this shrink wrap modifiers also, all the modifiers in general, and but all those techniques are adaptable. I know how to make them, even the shrink wrap, in terms of for baking. I know how to convert this to alternative technique with shrink wrap bond constraints instead. This for the eyes rig anyway. So however, all right, so let's get some soundtrack here, folks. So now that this was explained, hold on, not totally, because actually I've made an animation here. It is a bit complicated how to get this derotation works entirely. For now, I'm not sure this is seamless, but I think it is. Basically, you have the full invert rotations, target local space with owner orientation, owner local space, and this we can adjust according to to the settings. So the curious thing, if I turn this off, we'll be able to see already the corrective method here. You see how this derotation, when it is enabled, the vertex group for the deformed bone now is enabled. You see how powerful these effects counteracts the artifact. And so of course there are more things running on there in this rig, so but there are no vertex. I've turned off the corrective shape keys that I have. It was a bit disrupted anyways, but of course we can add corrective shape keys method, because it kind of makes the shapes even better, but currently I don't have it, so I would have to remake it. It would help to reshape the things even better if we want the ideal deforms. But the great thing about this, by the way, this is parent offset, I think I've already made, so it doesn't need a copy transforms, bond constraint or whatever, just a copy rotation for all the, because this you see that okay, this is because of this okay or not. Yeah, sometimes there's something strange about the orientation, so I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, there should be other alternatives. The fact is that I can sort of neutralize the artifacts, and this is a critical artifact, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so more things are going on. I have another corrective methods that is a belly leverage and buttocks leverage system. I'm gonna show it here. Maybe I need to retake this after I've added this, but it's not perfect yet, the deforms here. We need to make something about this. So this could be the task for perhaps corrective shape key, right? But this is already working very, yeah, it will be horrible in that way. Not horrible, but very bad. And yeah, I need to make this mass develop better. If we check here, if we turn off the skinning algorithm, the preserve volume, so you see the dual quaternary skinning is actually helping me preserve volume here, so I don't need to take much more care about this, provide my bones never rotate at like 180 degrees, because that would make a warping artifact, as I would call it. So the rest position of the character, even the helper bones, they are already set in some way that I've calculated rest position for the bones, that it will not reach those critical 180 positive or negative 180 degrees angle rotations. So no warping artifact will be happening here in principle, for unless she does contortionism, which is not the main purpose of this character. She does a little contortionism, but not a lot. So the arms, same thing. They have the same calculations regarding this positioning. And of course, we can expect that the rest position for the legs and for the arms, or in this case for the legs, this rest position actually helps in the bendings of the leg. Instead of starting straight as a T-pose or a pose, whatever, the legs starting like that. Of course, this adds other complications to the rig, less regularity, right, to the skinning algorithm, the rest regularity to the armature bones and to the mesh stuff, right? So this has pros and cons. It's slightly experimental, but so far, in a good deal, the good results that I'm having here are because of this approach of the rest position. So I've been presenting this for a long time already, a medium amount of time already, let's say, and so it seems to be valid enough. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to attempt a back bending. Of course, this derotation bone, yeah, it's already derotating, but we need, yeah, so let's investigate. So this is why for this part we might require some additional setup here, different waves. So because I've waved it regarding this pose, but the same waves might not be good for this pose, for this interaction between the waves of the ratios develop, because the ratios generated by the relation in between the thigh bone and the helper bone, the fan bone. And so I have, as you see, some buttocks leverage and belly deforms here. These are caused because of these where are they? Oh, okay, so there are some systems there, you see here and here. So these bones, let's hide this. I have a crotch bone. No, this is not. Yeah, this will be, but it's a twig crotch bone. So I think I don't have the crotch bone anymore. So this is interesting because if I'm able to solve the artifacts or neutralize them a lot, this sort of revalidates other corrective methods like the curve net or Pixar's curve net, or let's say the how to call profile bendy bone splines, cage armature and stuff like that. All these corrective methods and even corrective shape keys, they start to become more artistical than technical, because then if we are able to neutralize the artifacts by doing this, now let's try this. Yeah, it's kind of much worse, but without the, but it's not doing a lot of good job actually. Let's see. You see how the other bones interact? So this is buttocks leverage. This is a mechanism that the sole rotation, the simple rotation of the thigh bone won't solve belly leverage, moving up and down the mesh of the belly is slightly, right? This needs to be, yeah, to avoid interpenetration, this needs some retakes. So there is this, you see, this is the pelvis front, I've called, this is pelvis back, and we can probably have a I don't know for the, yeah, so the results here should be better. Maybe I need to retake some yeah, because this took some waves from the buttocks, no, very slightly, so I need to retake all this system. And of course I had a corrective shape key which is compromised. Let's try to re-enable it. What was saved here? I'm not sure. Okay, it doesn't look like this. I don't know what happened to this corrective shape key. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, so in principle this artifact here would be much worse. Yeah, it is a lot worse, and this is not easy to solve, and it usually at least two corrective bones to solve this. It's a nightmare. And then we have the, yeah, it's extremely complicated to solve that. This buttocks leverage already helps in that, but it's not really meant to solve this entirely. This is just for creating an additional mechanism of the body that, as I was telling in the beginning, the sole rotation of the thigh cannot do. But the problem is, besides, there is not mechanism like that, so I've created that mechanism with literally with corrective armature deformed bones. So they are helper bones, but they are a basal mechanism. This is not a basal mechanism fixing this artifact, because this is caused by artifacts in a great deal, and this solves this artifact. Well, tries to. So I need to improve this system for the front bending and side bending. My idea here would be the following. I want a basal state condition in which, where's my chat? I thought I put it on the top. Okay, here's it at the top. So I want a basal condition in which whatever I do, I'll have neutralized artifacts as much as possible in all directions. So for this, I need to improve here and make some sort of all rotations here, right? So you have a side rotation here for this bone, for this leg. Yeah, let's see, side bending. Since side bending is not horrible, we can, if this, let's see how this relates to the side bending. Okay, doesn't help a lot. For this particular side bending, right, it actually even seems to do worse. And here, how about these positions of these bones? They seem to be, can they help? No, this is not meant to help that way, so this is really something that should be solved by, yeah, so here, Oh, I see, this is leveraging too much. Maybe. So need to investigate these conditions. So this is where I'm starting to have some problems because of the, as I mentioned, the state of the rig, and that is not so regular. So this caused some critical confusions, but because I'm using dual quaternion skinning, this also has a valuable condition. This is valuable condition for the 100 degrees angle, positive or negative, for all the bending. So of course this is creating some limitations for me, right? So I'm seeing a lot of problems here that are being generated that could be simplified if I just pull this straight up, right? And because of the discovery of this artifacts neutralizing feature, the fan bones method, this suggests that whatever artifact that appears that are relating to bone rotation, at least the simple ones, right? Not warping artifact, but could possibly be solved through the stuff, right? The fan bones, and so the corrective methods would come later as artistic inputs. And for these artistic inputs to work better, it would be better if I didn't have to deal with all those complications. So unfortunately, the cons of what I've done, what I was doing, maybe are too bad now to develop all this structure. And I've been learning in rigging that one thing that is usually good is a good starting condition for regularity of mesh and armature, like aligning to stuff to workspace, not necessarily that, but yeah, I-key, rigs, alignments, and so whatever is more irregular is usually creates lots of problems that could be avoided elsewhere. Sometimes those irregularities are good, they are necessary for a certain approach, but in this case, because there is this new game in town, Fun Bones, it looks like that if I can solve the artifacts from anywhere, I don't even require to have a better good rest position here for this pose, because I could solve the artifacts from any condition. I don't need to start solving the artifacts partially from like having better deforms from this rest position already, because the fan bones can solve the artifacts or reduce them, neutralize them by a lot, and from then it's just like artistic rigging with whatever corrective methods I want to use. This means that I'm very tempted now to get a T-pose. That would be a big, how do you say, a big how do you call it, not game changer, but a plot twist for my rig, what I was doing here, folks. A big plot twist. Fortunately, I know how to change this rest position. There is a danger in doing that I'll get regularity, so this will help my I-key bone constraints system by a lot in this case, to create a lot of regularity. And there is a chance that I'm only getting better results at the fan bones because at least because of the rest position, and the impact of the fan bones at neutralizing artifacts is not as good as I was imagining. So in order to make sure of that, and in order to make my rig more versatile, at this point I'm very tempted to make a new version here, which would be regularity. Alright, so this will be a branch, a branch, like this will be what I'll be working. I'm going to try to, this will take some time, but this regularity will also affect the skirt rigging, the cloth rigging, whatever, and it might be boring for live streaming, but what I wanted to show I've already shown in principle, which is this idea of the fan bones and method. I want to make the regularity thing a basis for this rig. So let's take this off, because this will make our rig more versatile. And also there's a reason, because if I gonna change the rest position of this to the T-pose, first I'll do that, then for the arms is another question. I know how to make them separately. So because I'm gonna make that new rest position for the armature and the mesh, this will cause disruption to this armature, to the preserve volume up, to the warping artifact. So I need to, by taking this off and changing this rest position, I'll have to sacrifice the preserve volume. Otherwise I'm not sure there would be a way out of it. So I want perfectly these rotations here, they can be maintained, but I can also straighten up the legs. That shouldn't be too bad. All right. There's a question. Can I repose this leg, or manually, or should I alright, so let's get this as a mirror thing. I want these bones to be perfectly aligned, so I'm not doing this from the... So I'm gonna do it from, of course, the rest position. So I'm just trying to find some more or less adequate. You see, the problem of the knees, all this is because of these problematics, the cons of having non-regular conditions for the rig. I was never able to solve this entirely, but it adds lots of complications, but we can, have to use other mechanisms. So alright, why is this? Oh, this got some older. Let's symmetrize. Now it's okay. So if this conceptualization is accurate, this would mean that I can go back to regularity and get everything developed from this basal condition of artifacts neutralizing system, artifacts reduction, artifacts neutralization, artifacts countering. This is what I have been researching for a long time, maybe 1.5 years already, when I've started to learn about the artifacts. 1.5 year in rigging, although I've started rigging by 2 years by now. So I have cloth. In order to do this stuff, I'll have to set my... Okay, so I'll create a vertex group that we'll be using all this mesh here. Okay, let's pick another face loop. Alright, so all this mesh will be affected, while the rest not. Why this has this clear sharp? This is an old method, old thing. So I'm going to create a vertex group here, which I'm not sure how I'm gonna call it. It will be mod. Yeah, so it's mod armature deform legs. Change legs, whatever, change rest position rate. So this will be weighted at maximum. I'll realign the bones after I reach the rest position, right? The desired one. I'm trying to see if the pose is adequate. Let's see the neck. Maybe this foot could be slightly forward, right? Somewhere like here. So the ankle, the center of the ankle, like exactly in the, precisely in the center of mass, whatever, or somewhere like here. And I'm using X mirror here for the animation tools, right? Pose options, X, so I can manipulate the both sides simultaneously. Alright, so now that I have this vertex group, I need to apply this change to the mesh, and this is quite complicated. I've discovered how to make this possible. So I have the mesh that will be affected by this. Besides the legs and the body, the legs vertex group, it will be also cloths will be affected. So I need to change probably the boots. Yeah, so let's pick the boots. Yeah, they have this rest position. I don't know why they... They are not matching. Oh, they were for an old rest position that was never changed. Alright. I didn't know that, so... Alright, there is little to do here in this case. Unless... No, it is not. Okay, so I have some issues here that I don't know. I'll have to reassemble these boots here. Let's try to all boots. So let's, yeah, this will be very hard to do. This is another issue with the more irregular, you see, it's very, I'm just matching this roughly so that the boots will derotate along with the, otherwise we'll have very bad, probably dangerous deforms on this as I apply. So, oh, I need to use this, hold on. Okay, so it doesn't need to match perfectly because I'm gonna remake the design of these boots, not so much for the bottom part of the foot, more for this shin part. Alright, then here let's also do this. That's fine, that's okay, that's mostly okay. And also this normalization, let's say, of the, okay, let's save, and but yeah, so it will also help me making back a feature that I had before, which is a boot high heel pole switch. Alright, so now it's not present, but okay. It has the basis for it. You see the boots are not aligned with the, it's like the rest position of the character is the flat foot. If the on a T-pose, but it can have a rest pose that is the differently. So that will be the high heel rest pose, not rest position. The rest position is the, okay. If this is, I'll try first with the legs, and if this works similarly less regarding the artifact solver, the artifacts countering the artifact reduction or neutralizing system of the fan bones, then I'll apply the same to the shoulders rig. So right now, okay, we have the boots ready. Another thing, the shirt, no, the skirt, yes, the skirt will also require some, yeah, so this rest position of the skirt was for this, so this creates some strange behavior. So my skirt rig might be, with physics, right, might be even better with the regularity that I'm going to create. So the skirt also needs, so I'm gonna pick all these mesh objects first, and what is this, armature? I don't know what's that. Yeah, so maybe some mistake, I guess. Maybe I took this from something else. Anyways, for a retake, I'm gonna pick all these mesh objects here, and I'll turn off their preserve volume here, so they will match my new setup. So here, same here, let's turn this off. These two, cannot forget. Oh, didn't work. I think we needed this. Then eyes. Okay, this is another, this is bone parenting, but whatever, something here might be. Okay. And body we know already. Okay, so going back to the cloth mesh, I don't want the gloves nor the shirt. The skirt, yes. The shoulders, no. The belt, new. Yes, yes, because they are part of this. Maybe they are affected. No, let's leave this. Let's not include the belts. Leggings, yes. Sleeves, no. So it's just 3 objects that we'll be dealing with. So basically the technique involves, so first the body, we're gonna save, and I'm gonna make a second backup then. So let's duplicate the armature. So I have for this rest position, then I binding rest pose state, then this final pose state. But I want to affect only the legs with this extra armature modifier. So I'm gonna bring legs, armature deform change legs, and now I'm gonna pick this and also do here, but make the inverse. So now this change this affects whatever is above this vertex group, which is selection of the legs, and this affects only the change on the legs mesh. So I need to replicate this for everything else, all the other objects. So I think I have a linked system here, an add-on that I think can do that. So I get this, so skirt, this and this, so 3 objects, then the body. Then I think I can make a let's save here, link transfer a single copy modifiers, but no, this is not how it is done. I need a I need the operator. So let's see. I think it's an add-on. So modifier, multi-shape keys, no. Modifier tools, no. What is this? No. So not modifier. Copy, attributes menu, Control C. Yes, this is validated. Maybe. Okay. Control C. Copy modifiers. Oh. Is that copied? No, it is not working. Okay, let's go back. This is the active, is the body on basis, alright. Control C. Let's see. No, that doesn't work. So it should be Oh, I need the whole selection again. Okay. Okay, I messed up something on the selection, I think, so let's do it again. The skirt, the leggings, and then the body. Okay. Oh, copy selected modifiers. All right. Ah, that's it. Control C. So that's the add-on what does. That was what I was looking for. So just those two. Aha. And so what does it? Are those leaves correctly represented here? Yes. As well as this skirt. Alright, so why this is doing this now? And the boots, so we're gonna investigate that. Oh, of course, this I see. So it's just they copied, but they need to be no, they didn't copy. There's no target. Well, that's okay, because this applies to the whole mesh, I guess. Yeah. So why this is not... Oh, this one doesn't need that, so... Okay, let's... Shift D. I think this is normal. Alright, it is, maybe that's normal. Okay, so what is not normal is that we need to get this back. The vertex group is only for the body in principle, because it has upper part, while the others are just parts, right? So you see, it's only this. Then it's okay that it has this craziness, I assume. We can still leave that, but it's not targeting. It is senseless. I just cannot confuse what is the original armature deform with the extra one. So this is the extra one. So this was not incorrect. Or, oh, maybe it's incorrect. Okay, so because I'm not sure, I'm just gonna do it again. We don't need to bother too much about... Yeah, maybe what I'm doing, this is just like irrelevant for these ones, because they don't have the vertex group, so it's just easy thing here. Yeah, sorry folks, I just got confused about the logic of the thing. It's very complicated operation. Here also same thing, we don't need this copy, because all this is... Okay. So, now that so all this copy was useless, I just need to be careful about this. So, I've saved, and I'm gonna start to apply. So it's applied the old one. So this is the important part. We Control A this one. Was that I think there's something different here. Hold on, because I remember I had to disable that thing. This is the one that is changing the leg. It's this one that needs the application. Now I'm confused about this, like, remains the same. Is this one that needs to be applied, although we created this one. Yeah, so okay, let's do it. Apply this one. What is this? Oh, cannot be. Oh, cannot be applied with. Oh, no, no problem. Apply armature 001. It's another add-on. Oh, no, no. I mean, apply armature and yes, include armature deformations for this particular case. All right. So this applied there. Let's do. The armature is untouched. It's just individual mesh objects changing. So up here we can use the old one. Here we apply the old one, and here we apply the old one. Now that this is applied, we turn back here on the body, and now we can probably turn off, delete this, turn that off. No, it's not, maybe not yet. Yeah, maybe not yet. We need to apply the armature now, because the armature is still old. So now I'm doubting the steps. Yes, I should have revised the method. I remember there was something else that was required here, like an extra one that was not applied. So let's see, what is the mesh is here and the armature is there, so it was applied. Let's solve this later. So I've made the other version of the file just in case I need to. So now we go here, and for all the bones on the leg, well, not all the bones actually, only certain bones, right folks? We are going to, yeah, so let's see, we're gonna make change to all these, the ones that are gonna be displaced, and this old stuff, these ones as well. So all these mechanism bones here, and maybe I won't touch that, because this I can adjust manually. So yeah, not touching that. Well, this one, yes. You see, I'll just have to reposition this, the joint later. Yeah, should be safer. Could be dangerous, but okay, let's do this. Also that, and that. Now this for the arm. Yeah. Anything else? Oh yeah, both sides. Yeah. I think that's it. Torso, no. Okay, I need to be very attentive because it's very easy to get this go wrong. Alright, so all this. So let's go on pose mode, and now pose, apply, selected as rest pose. There we go. Aha. I think that worked, and now I just need to remanage that rest position. Oh, that's also, yeah, it changed the, alright, because this has the children also follow, so you see, they all followed that. The problem is that I want to be sure this is aligned to world space. So let's see. It's perfectly aligned. Alright, okay, this is perfectly aligned indeed. So that seemed to have worked seamlessly for the armature. And now, yeah, so what's happening there? Of course, this is because of this. And what is that? Something very bad happened to... It looks like some mesh was... so something didn't go well. I think I know what happened. The hands were not protected. So just a small mistake, the critical mistake, right? But a small mistake. Maybe the hands were hidden? No. Okay, so how that happened? There's no explanation for me. Let's see again. Is there another armature here? Why these hands are... they are like being posed? Ah, this might be rogue waves, no? Okay, I have no idea what's happening here, but might be... Ah, maybe this is... Strangely, it's just... Yeah, I'm probably not gonna save that. Okay, so I think I messed up that part. So gonna go back here. Yeah, let's restart here. Unfortunately, okay, so let's get back here. Yeah, there was the mistake here about the way I've duplicated the stuff. So yeah, so this is like... Ah, I remember. Of course. This one is the original one, and we don't mess it up. I mean, this one. It is the preservation one. With this is kept like unapplied, unchanged. Well, we changed some stuff, but it will be... we'll be playing with that. But the important is that actually this one, which is the changer, is like, this is an extra part. So this is the thing that is... So this one is like... it's not what is interacting in the conventional way. These ones are the two Shift D and Control... No, Shift D and Control A. So this... yeah, I applied this one while actually I should have duplicated it. Now it's split into two. And I need to apply this one. Okay, cannot apply with shape key. So armature 001. Okay. Armature 001. Where it is? Here. Done. Then Now what happens is that we go back here. Yeah, apply the first one. Apply the first one. Apply the first one. So here there are only two. This one needs those things, right? So now that it was applied, now I'm also not totally sure what's the next step, but I think it might be, we can perhaps already, so I'm not sure if we need to like delete these first now. Yeah, let's apply the bones, yes, and then we fix that. Yeah, all right folks, so let's I think this time it will work. So I'm saving on a new setting. So yeah, pick this and this and this, then all the leg bones, and mechanism bones that might appear also in this layer. No, where are the mechanism bones? Ah, here. All right, so just pick them up. So anything that was there, we bring it them to that part. So let's go here and pose, apply selected address pose, and now we can sort of, okay, apparently we got some problems on the other parts of the mesh, I guess. Senseless, because this should have worked. Maybe just some problem with the waves. Yeah, maybe I can solve that. Same here. The legs are a bit strange though, but the arms don't seem to be have been affected, so at least, so you can delete that, and now we can take this off, take this off, and now as you see, what is strange is that like the legs seems to have been changed differently than the original the first time. So I think it's my selection of bones for the legs that went wrong. But this seems to have been applied properly. Oh, there's another thing for the skirt. Also, there are the skirt bones that I forgot, so maybe I need to do that too. Okay, let's try all again to see if we have, and this time we'll include skirt bones also, so they'll be just moving. Yeah, alright, so let's undo that and do here and do here, and just in case, let's redo this from scratch. So here I'm gonna save as yeah, regularity 3, whatever. So so I'm gonna duplicate this. I've already posed, right? So duplicate this, then we bring the armature deformed here, we copy this and paste here. Alright, and then we duplicate this one, then we bring, okay, armature 00, we just duplicate this one, duplicate this one, and duplicate this one. Now we are ready to start applying stuff. I think the order of application doesn't really matter, so apply the first, keep the second. Okay, we need to apply armature 001 and here, then apply the first, apply the first, apply the first. Okay, you see the rest position have changed. Okay, and for the skirt, rest position also seems to have, yeah, adapted. Alright, maybe slightly, but should have been. Then let's save. I'm gonna delete all this, but here, wrong number, but doesn't matter. Then maybe I just forgot some leg bones, so let's get oh, I forgot. I think I made a mistake here. Yeah, that's it. I took this one maybe instead. Yeah. Wrong organization, I guess. So all that doesn't matter. Just double checking. Here I don't see any bone here, so. Alright, so I think now this should work. So again, it's this what matters. Then now we can pick all that, and this should be easier. So all these skirt bones will be displaced, but that's okay, they don't have to match perfectly. So here, so I think that's what went wrong. So save here, pose, apply as selected as rest pose. Now that works. Yeah. So now that this is applied, we just go back here. We need to yeah, I can totally delete this one and delete that and that, and so here everything is back to normal. We have a new rest position for both armature and legs, and now I can start like aligning these all these bones here for great inverse kinematics. Well, good setup, right? There are many things I want to do actually, and alright, so now I can get here regularity. This is my backup for working on that, and let's also pick this and we change this as T regular new. Alright, so I'll be working on that. Okay, so we've made a very basic step, a very tedious thing, but finally successful. And now is where fun starts. Provide, but I need to give it a time already. I'm already doing this for a long time. Let's see how much. I don't see. Oh, 1 hour and a half, yeah, and 20. Yeah, I need to take a rest. I'm gonna restart another live later, I think on sci-fi world building as I was doing previously, but this was already something about the retakes on the rig, and I hope this will be like the optimal approach for a more ideal rig, folks, on the regularity thing and the smart idea of countering artifacts in a simple way. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care. Happy blending. Bye, folks.